Hi, I'm Sam, the founder of the Broken Wife Effect. I've created this talk series to help women overcome potential challenges they may be having in their lives. This series will cover everything from spiritual to emotional, physical, and practical symptoms that may arise from the Broken Wife Effect. I hope you find this series useful. Welcome to the Broken Wife Effect Healing Talk Series. Hi, everyone, and I just want to welcome you to part 7 of the Broken Wife Healing Talk series. And today we have Nicole Duncan with us. Now, Nicole is a world-class athlete, a life coach, a speaker, and entrepreneur who has helped numerous women transform their lives. She has launched a new program called Health, Heart, and Soul Wellness. And this is a roadmap to help teach strong professional women how to transform their lives and health and happiness. So, Nicole, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited about this and I love your mission and how you're helping women. This is
Well,
beautiful.
thank you. I love yours as well. So, this is a great connection. How about you tell us a little bit more about what you do and maybe the new program that you're launching?
Yes, I help women get out of their own way. I mean, we are notorious for being super women.
Mhm.
We the society puts a big pressure on us to be all of the things, right?
Yes.
You have to be smart and beautiful, and you have to be a great wife and a great mother, and all of these things.
Yes.
And we take those things on ourselves,
Mhm.
and so my goal is to help women get out of their own way so that they can thrive and be happy, health, heart, and soul. That's what.
Yes. I love that. And that is all about it. It's the whole package. It's not just fixing one part or piece, but if you can really concentrate on the whole package of who you are, it's amazing how you can change your life.
Absolutely. I started in the health and fitness
Mhm.
space, being a personal trainer, being an athlete myself, really being into that space of loving. I personally love to exercise. I love to move. I love to dance and perform and do all those things. And so I constantly get asked, how can I lose weight? How can I get in shape? How can I do this, that, and the other? And in discovering how I could help other women, I realized that it wasn't just about a meal plan, right?
Yeah.
It's not just about the workout, the program. It's really diving deep and tackling those reasons why you don't exercise or why you don't feel that you can take the time out for yourself, right?
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
um, and so personal training was fun or is fun, right? Uh,
Hmm.
but it's so much more personal than it is training,
Yes. Yes.
right?
So where do you kind of start because you're spot on that it's the why. Sometimes we can have the best intentions. Yes, I'm going to start a workout program. I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to start eating healthy. And then you get, sometimes a few days into it, sometimes maybe a week or two, maybe you even get to a month where you're doing great. And then all of a sudden, something changes in your schedule, or something else comes up, or somebody else needs you. So you continue to push yourself back. So, what do you say to some of the women that you work with that can't seem to get past that to really put themselves first?
Give yourself grace,
Yeah.
right? If we mess up one little thing, where
Mhm.
we just throw it all to the wind, and it's like, oh, I'm so horrible. I did terrible. I screwed up my diet. I didn't make it to the gym that one day, and we just beat ourselves up about it.
Yeah.
And the way I teach is I teach you to Your goal is just to get 3% better, right?
Mhm.
Have you read that book? There's a book called I think it's called the simple effect or something like that. It's, but it's just teaching you to just get, if you can just get 3% better this week, right?
Yeah.
If you can just do one or two things better. I also teach, when I teach you to have grace, I also teach you to look at that schedule and plug in some time for you. You know, think about how we plow through our week. It's, oh my gosh, especially if you have kids, right?
Yes.
If a child gets sick, and you've got to go pick them up from school, but you had meant to go work out, it's
Yeah.
like, um, oh my gosh, the day is not, it's not, it's, it's not ruined completely, right? There are other things that you can do, or you can just reschedule that.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
you can't go to the doctor doesn't say, oh, well, you can't ever come back and see me anymore.
Yeah.
You just reschedule the appointment,
Yes.
you
Yes, you
know?
do. And I love that, giving yourself grace, and, also knowing that every minute of every day you can make a new beginning. If by chance things didn't go right, that's okay. We can start from now and move forward. So what does that look like? Like you said, reschedule. If you miss this day, okay, well, can we do it tomorrow? Let's try and plug it in tomorrow. Let's try to make something different. As well as you mentioned many types of movement with dance and exercise and everything. Sometimes we get stuck in our head. This is the only way that I can exercise. This is what I have to do. But there's so many different options.
Yes, you are so right about that. And I even get on to my own colleagues about that sort of thing. We get very stuck in our own ways of, like,
Mhm.
the only way to exercise is to go to the gym and lift weights. That's not true. We have
No.
so many options, and you're better off doing something that you love
Mhm.
and something that you can stick with, rather than going to a big bulky gym with
Yeah.
huge pieces of equipment that is intimidating, and you're like, oh, I
Mhm.
could hurt myself. What do I do when I walk in here? you know
Yes.
we're all different in that respect. You have Zumba, and you have Pilates, and you have yoga, and we have the beautiful tool of the internet, right?
Yes.
So you don't even have to leave your home for these things.
Yeah.
But you do need the accountability,
Yes.
and that's what coaching provides for you. You do need that accountability. You do need someone to be on the outside looking at you, because you could look great, but because you feel terrible, or
Yeah.
because your mindset, you're thinking about that interaction that you had with someone, or there's just something that set your day off.
Mhm.
You need those outside people to snap you back and say, no,
Yeah.
stop that. You're gorgeous, you're beautiful, you're doing fantastic, and
Yes.
you're only held to your own standard, not everybody else's.
Yeah. And it is wonderful to, I know from a coaching perspective, it's wonderful to be that person, to be the support, but also I mean, I always have a coach on my team too. Even though I coach others, I always have a coach on my team because I value having a coach, because it is your own personal cheerleader. Somebody that will tell you, no, that'll call you out if you're doing something, but with love, and they're there to cheer you on and to stand beside you and hold on to that vision of that, where they know you can be and they know where you want to be. So that is such a beautiful thing with coaching and stuff. And yeah, having somebody there that says, okay, well, you could do this instead, or, you know, I notice you really don't like this, but what if we change it up to make it to something you do enjoy? And if you're doing something you enjoy, it's always so much easier to do.
Yes, it is. It is. I love that you said even coaches need coaches, right? I would say that when I first started training people in the gym, and they would say, "You have a trainer that trains you, but you're the trainer." I
Mhm.
could train myself, right? I
Yeah.
really could. But that's sometimes when that's also my job as well.
Mhm.
I need somebody on the outside to also take a look at me and say, why don't you try this exercise? Or why don't you try, these things? We're all unique in our gifts, right? And then we all have our own things that we would point out, right?
Yeah.
Even watching this video, different people will gravitate towards different things depending on their, what's going on in their lives.
Mhm.
So as coaches, you know, there are even things that, like I'm hyper focused on the well-being and health portion of it, right?
Right.
But somebody else may be hyper focused on helping people with their emotions and
Mhm.
their grief and and find for me personally that when it's a, a area that I don't particularly like, I need to get a coach to help me with
Yeah.
that, right? Like I'm
Mhm.
not numbers and finances and budgeting and all that stuff. Like I think it's great. We all need that. Um, but that's where I need a coach for that because
Right.
I hate doing my taxes, right?
Uh-huh. Yep.
So somebody else may hate, prepping or planning out meals or I love, right?
Yeah.
Somebody else might hate going to the gym and I love that. So I can help you find a love for that. So we 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 need help, you know, with our weaknesses basically.
Yeah. Exactly. Yes, and I think um that is such an important point, to be able to find somebody that to help you through to get to that next level.
Yeah.
So, what would be if you had to give the ladies listening to this one piece of advice, what would that be?
The one piece of advice that I would give is that you matter.
Yeah.
You matter. When I think of and as women, we quickly forget that, right?
Yes.
And we spiral into, you know, um, self-doubt and negativity.
Hmm.
And there is no one like you but you.
Yes.
I'm a big believer in my faith, and I know that God made us all different for a reason.
Yes.
And so we all have our unique gifts, and if we are not our best selves, those gifts can't come out.
Hmm.
And whether that's for your coworker, your family member, your kid, um, no matter who that is for, if you don't take care of you first and
Yeah.
you don't know that you matter, then you can't be, all that you were created to be for this world.
Yes.
So
Yes.
you matter. Just know that at the end of the day.
Yeah. That is beautiful and that is absolutely perfect. And I would have to, excuse me, I would have to say that with my clients, that's kind of the place that we start no matter what. Because in most cases, we get lost. We get lost in being a mom, being a daughter, being working for somebody, taking care of other people. We completely forget about us and who we are. So by recognizing the fact of I do matter, it is important to fill my cup first before I help everybody else, or even to have more to give to other people. You
Yes.
know, sometimes people think that, what I'm doing, well, I'm doing my day to day, but if you truly take the time to fill your cup and to see yourself, it's amazing how much more you have to give and just how much better that feels. And
Yes.
God did make each of us different, and we're put on this earth to help one another out. So
Mm-hmm.
if you have an area that you struggle in, seek somebody to help you find it. And, it doesn't always have to be a coach, but having that support team, that the friends, the family that uplift you and not hold you down.
Right. You're
So
absolutely right in that. Yes.
that is awesome. Well, I love that. So, okay, so to wrap up today's session, share with us your superpower.
My superpower is similar to what I just said, you guys. I make sure that I am in alignment with God before I touch a client.
Good.
Because everybody is unique in what they need and what they're going to and what they're experiencing. I do like to say this, right? There's no new experiences, but we're just all possibly experiencing them at the same time, right?
Yeah.
You're typically we're not the only ones that deal with weight gain. We're not the only ones that deal with divorce. We're not the only ones that deal with a bad child at the moment, or,
Uh-huh.
there are these difficulties. I was just with a client who has, is dealing with some issues with coworkers, you
Yes.
know, and it's just really stressful for her. And we, we are not our circumstances,
Yeah.
and these things, it's not going to last forever. So there is an expiration date or time,
Yes.
whatever problem that you're going through. And it's just about pushing through and keeping moving forward. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that. That is wonderful. Well, Nicole, thank you so much for joining us today. And I will have information to be able to contact Nicole. Like I've told you before, if you're going to seek a coach, you need to find somebody that you connect with. So if in listening to Nicole talk today, you feel, okay, she gets me, reach out to her. See what you guys can do together to be able to help you get to the next level and to make sure that you see you and that you are ready to move on in your life and find some less stress and more happiness, because that is something that we all want. So for today, I want to thank you for joining us. Nicole, thank you for being here and sharing with us. And until next time, we're sending you peace, love, and joy. Bye.